I'm at the airport. I'm just dropping off. It's now 4:36 in the morning on a Monday morning. Well, the night started off gently but steadily. And it went well until about midnight, where I went into a parking lot and thought I'd watch some YouTube. Well, I watched some YouTube on my phone and fell asleep. I fell asleep till almost 3. Then I got sent for a booty call to take some girl to see some guy. She went to see him, and suddenly, after I dropped her off, I got sent on another call to take the baker to the donut shop in the morning. So I took her to the donut shop, and from the donut shop I got sent to an address where the lady came out as soon as I got there. It's an apartment building. She came out with her bag, her luggage with wheels on it and a handle and that, and she said, "Take me to the bus station." Okay, a little $6.10 ride to the bus station. And then I went back to my spot and started watching YouTube again. I watched for about, I don't know, half an hour, maybe a little more. Then I got sent on this one, which came up to the airport for $42. I think I got a grand total of about 230 on. So that 3-hour gap between midnight and 3 took some of my earnings away, but you can't look at it that way. Some hours you make money, some hours you don't. Still, I should be glad with having more than 200 on, because 200 is just about where I've made $100 profit. So that's okay. A quiet Sunday in January. It was a long Monday night. It just dragged on and dragged on and dragged on, and I watched a lot of videos, and I went to sleep a couple times. I only made a bit over 200, but that's because most of the trips were shorter, and so it was a long drag, and it was. Now in the morning it was raining while I was washing the car, so I got all kind of soaked, and the car was filthy dirty too. It was just disgusting. Day shift didn't wash it for me, so I had to do all the washing now, because the next guy driving it is going to be the owner. Ooh, traffic in the morning. I hate traffic. I don't like traffic at all. I'm just going to go to the gas station, fuel up, and I'm going to park it. I did all the washing already. I did everything else that had to be done. I turned in the lost and found item that I had. And up ahead is the gas station, and oh my goodness. There we go. I got all the vents open and all the... It's fogging up in here because of the... Yeah, it's fogging up in here because the mats are wet. Great. So here we are at the gas station, gonna fuel up. I asked one of my customers, because she was a people, what was wrong with people tonight, or in the night that just passed, because people were drunker than usual and just not as well behaved as usual. And she told me, because she was a people, that people's credit card bills just came in. She called it Black Monday or Green Monday or some damn thing like that. And people's bills from Christmas just came in. And I said, oh, I didn't understand because I don't do Christmas. But, you know, you always find other things to spend your money on besides Christmas. Or at least I do. Oh well. I'm going to walk the rest of the way home with this light turned off so I can see where the hell I'm going. It was a slow Tuesday night. It was, you know, a $10 trip here, a $10 trip there, to the point where I got 190 on. I didn't have any really long trips. And I had some long waits in between trips, and I watched a fair chunk of YouTube. And right now I'm just heading to the bank to deposit my meager earnings. And then I'm going to go to the gas station and fuel up, and then I'm going to park it. I'm not washing the car or anything like that. It rained pretty hard and the streets are still wet. And besides, the guy I'm passing the car on to left me a dirty car on for Monday night. So that's what he's getting back. Oh yeah. So yeah, nothing special to report. People were a little more normal tonight. They weren't quite all drunk and squirrely like they were the night before. And so the night was a little more tolerable. Nobody really annoyed me like they did the night before that. Not much else to report, just a lackluster Tuesday night. Okay, I'm at the airport. I just dropped off. I took some guy from one end of town to the other, and then I got sent to this time call. It was a 4:20 time call. The time is now 4:55. And I brought this woman who is going to Switzerland to go skiing and to Germany to visit relatives. And she's here from Switzerland. Been living here for the last 16 years, but she's going back to visit and go skiing, which is great. And we had a delightful conversation on our way out to the airport. And she's gonna fly to Toronto first and then fly to Zurich, which is great. Totally great. And so I'm doing all right. I've got about 270 on. It was kind of slowish for much of the night, but I still got 270 on, which is great. Maybe 280. I'd have to count it to be sure. But I got a fair bit of YouTube. I watched a fair bit of YouTube, but I was moderately busy for some of the night. So I'd say it was successful with this last call out to the airport. Got an hour left to go. I'll get back into town. I'll just go through the automatic car wash, I think. I don't feel like standing out in the rain washing the car. Not my idea of a good time. And it's raining pretty hard. Maybe I won't wash the car at all. Day shift didn't wash it for me. But at least it's not muddy and greasy so much as it was. One more night this week. One more night to go. Well, it's 6:02 in the morning on Friday, and I got about 275 on, which is alright, I suppose. It's nothing like last week where it snowed and made a killing, but I did a lot of sitting and waiting. I watched a lot of videos. I slept through a lot of videos too. I'm tired. I am tired. I am sleep deprived. I don't get enough sleep. I don't get enough sleep in the daytime, so I gotta make up for it on the weekends. Had one interesting thing happen tonight. Picked up this woman, and she was going to see her ex-boyfriend, and she hadn't seen him in many years. And she was saying what an asshole he was. Well, I took her to her ex-boyfriend's place, and he paid for the cab, and she went with him. Now, I guess it was a couple hours later, I was sent back to get her, and she was complaining, or she had been complaining, that the guy ruined her life, plunged her into deep debt, and all kinds of stuff like that. It ruined her life and messed things up for her financially because she co-signed for something for him, and on and on and on. And she was crying about her. Oh, all this debt that he put her into. And so it was interesting when I went back to get her. They sent me to go back to get her and take her home. And she said that she was proud of herself for not giving him what he wanted, and for giving him shit. She was proud of herself for giving him shit, for ruining her life. And I said, but it's not the end of the world, it's just money. It's not important. What's important is your health above all else. And she was crying, and her eyes were all white, or her eyes were all red, sorry, and she was just crying and crying and crying. She wanted to hold my hand, for reassurance that she did the right thing. I said, well, as long as you think you did the right thing and you feel you did the right thing, you did the right thing. As long as you have no regrets about what you did, that's fine. She says, no, I have none at all. And she's crying the whole way through, crying and crying and crying. She's crying so hard that she can't Trying so hard that she can't concentrate on paying me. And it's really funny. There's a cop. It's really funny that that a lot of women make mistakes and they end up with the wrong guy. And then they have to break up, and then they have to have big fights, and it astounds me how many women make mistakes. She says, but I still love him. You messed up your whole life, but you still love him? Okay. Anyway, that's the whole thought for today. I hope yours is better than mine.